थोड़ी सी चेयर होती है ना कि लड़की देख के ही थोड़ी सी हम उनको पिंच करने लगती है, या लड़की ये करते होते पूरा माहौल टोटली चेंज हो गई थी। तो इसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगी, हमारी जो वुमेन है, हमारी वुमन का तो एक डर हमेशा रहता है इज्जत जाने की, चाहे वो जितना भी स्टेप ना क्यों चले, हमारा हम इनको साइड में रख के चलते हैं। तो इसको हम अगर देखते हैं कि नाइजीरिया की जो कीबू है, तो कीबू एरिया में जो सिचुएशन चल रही है उसमें वुमेन्स डे बाय डे सेक्सुअल हैरेसमेंट एंड रेप का शिकार हो रहे हैं। इसके कारण उनका एज सो रही है, और इस सिचुएशन सिर्फ उन इलाके के नहीं है बल्कि पूरे इलाका का एक रूल्स बन गई है वुमेन को फिजिकली एब्यूज करना। देखो, जिंदगी जब ठीक रहेंगी, जब हम फ्रीडम लेके चल पाएंगे, तब हम कुछ कर पाएंगे। लेकिन कुछ लड़की का जिंदगी ऐसी होती है कि वो सोच नहीं पाती है, वो एक पिंजरे की तरह ना हो जाती है, जो एक जेल के अंदर हो जाती है। उनके लिए हम जितना मूव कर रहे हैं इतना पॉसिबल नहीं होती है। तो एक वुमेन यूनिटी बहुत ही, जो वुमेन यूनिटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चाहिए हर इलाके के लिए, कि चल हम महीने में एक कमिटी में हम एक मीटिंग कर सकते हैं वुमेन की। अगर कोई एक वुमेन को कुछ बोलेंगे तो हम सब वुमेन जाएंगे। तो ये है कि अगर हर कोई कम्युनिटी में आ जाते, इस्लाम से एरिया बोलो, तुम जिधर भी हो, तो हमारे साथ प्रॉब्लम होती नहीं है। और एक माँ का रूल्स रहते, आफ्टर मैरिड तुम जितना भी अच्छा एक नौकरी कर लो, तुम अच्छा अपना कल्चर बैकग्राउंड रख लो कि आप हर इनविटेशन में जाती हो, लेकिन आपका फैमिली के साथ रहना पड़ता है आपकी शादी के बाद। तो उसमें क्या होती है, जो हस्बैंड होती है, ससुराल होती है, तो वो लोग चाहते हैं कि बीवी हमारी बातों पे उठे बैठे, कभी भी जेलस फील करती है। तो इस लड़कों को कौन सिखाएगी, एक माँ ही तो सिखाएगी ना। तो
Thank you
मुझे
so
लगता है
much,
कि मदर
Priyanka. Yeah.
रोल
Thank you. Thank you
और
so much,
2005।
Priyanka. Thank you so much. You have already from your time over. Thank you so much. And let me explain few of your points in English for my rest of the audience. Actually, Priyanka is focusing on women unity. She is suggesting that when women is unite, so everything is possible, especially in the society, that women can save from every kind of violence, harassments inside your communities, starting from your own homes. So if the women stands together and unite, and you know the our campaign, Priyanka, we are really very grateful that you highlight this topic, because our campaign is already having the topic of subject and the theme of unite for her. So unity is very important among women, and among women when you have really the relevant cases, the actual case studies you have, and you want to resolve these case studies under the legal frameworks, under the society's social frameworks. So this is very important to unite women, unite, and also this is very important to have the proper knowledge and information when you start to supporting someone. It's not necessary you only unite for someone. So you unite when you have some awareness and information, because when you're going to unite, when you are going to lead something, this is very necessary that you have your the ground information for you also. So that's why you are going to be on the leading position over there to supporting the victims or the survivors. So thank you so much for joining us, Priyanka. Yes, you want to say something?
इसे ऑनलाइन आई से टू यार, एक्चुअली जो मम्मी पापा होते हैं ना, उसको उसकी जो गर्ल होती है, जैसी डॉटर होती है, तो उनको ना सिर्फ रहने का सिखाते हैं। हम उनको थोड़ी सी सिखाते हैं, झुक के जाओ, कम बोलो, ऐसे ना करके, बल्कि तुम खुद को सेव करो, फाइट करो और खुद को बचाओ। ये सिखाना जरूरी होती है हर पेरेंट्स के लिए।
So
थैंक
Priyanka,
यू।
we are also, thank you so much. We are also talking from last 4-5 days continuously, that's starting education from your own homes and starting education from the very early age to your children, that how they can survive outside their homes, how they can make themselves safer outside the home for all kind of harassments. It's not necessary that GBV and the the violence is only specific and attached with a woman only. this is I think so the violence equally danger for the men and boys also. So this is equal education opportunities, and the mentorship and the counseling starting from your parents is really very important. Thank you so much, Priyanka, for highlighting a very important and need of the hour right now, where our generations are not very close to their parents because so many gadgets that make these parents to children gaps nowadays in the technology era. But even then, we think that this is being a parents, this is our responsibility to guide our children for these kind of solutions for their own lives. Thank you so much for joining us from India, and stay with us for the rest of the session. Thank you so much. So now go back to our agenda. We have Hamid Said from Pakistan. Hamid Said is heading one of the technology, media and technology company in Pakistan. Also, he is working with a lot of universities as a motivational speaker, doing a lot of work in a very young age. And today he's coming to join us as a guest speaker on how technology support and minimize gender-based violence. So, Hamid Said, floor is over to you for your speech.
Thank you very much, Dr. Khan and Team CDF for having me as a speaker this time in this international conference and this activation. So first of all, I'm really humbled to being surrounded by this much, talented ladies, and really, a big shout out to all of you for doing amazing stuff and being an inspiration for so many others. Right, so I'll quickly jump to my topic, that is how tech support can minimize gender-based violence. Okay, so firstly, a good day to everyone. It is an honor to stand before you guys as a CEO of Shahruh Technologies. So at Shahruh Technologies, it is at our core, and we are committed to leveraging technology for positive social impact. And today, the topic that I'm going to address is related to gender-based violence and how technology, including technologies like artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and last but definitely not the least, cybersecurity. How cybersecurity can play a pivotal role in combating these challenges. So firstly, I'll talk about the topic itself. In topic, we say how tech support can minimize gender-based violence. So I wondered why it is not saying that how tech support can eradicate gender-based violence. So we are only talking about minimizing it at the moment because we realize that the issue is really big. And at the moment, what we can do, I believe we can minimize it, right? So that's what the topic says. So that tells us the current situation. So the current reality is that gender-based violence being a global crisis. So UN says that every 1 in 3 women worldwide experience either physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. So this is huge. This is like 33%. So while making any policies, I work with many policymakers, being their data consultant, being their tech consultant. So when we come across such figures, so if such kind of data is there, so we need to be really aware that what kind of technology we are going to use. So in technology sphere, we have so many new platforms. We have social media booming around. So the technology sphere trying to help here is actually also creating new problems in this sphere. So we are seeing another kind of violence that I didn't mention above, is the cyber bullying and the cyber kind of violence. So that we also need to combat. And why don't we use technology uh, to beat technology, right? I was just going to write some notes for this meeting, and I used technology for that. I simply asked what experts has already said, and I simply asked AI that what AI has to say about it. And AI told me that AI can create problems for women in this sphere, and how we can use AI to prevent that by doing monitoring of online behaviors. So we don't let anyone being in our close friend list. We monitor their behavior using AI algorithms and using all the advanced tools by these social media platforms that they are providing us, and then doing real-time flagging and removing harmful content and people in that sphere. We can also perform predictive analytics to minimize that effect. And then we can provide virtual assistants to the victims. So firstly, we need to avoid any kind of victimization. But if it is there, so AI being a technology, a tool can help using chatbots, using emotional support, using technological support to these victims. VR, on other hand, I'll try to keep it quick. So VR, on the other hand, can help us in training over law enforcement agencies. So we need to keep everything integrated, and that is the power of technology. That using technology, you can integrate so many things. You can integrate your national identity. You can integrate your law enforcement agencies. You can integrate your social media platforms under one roof, because whenever violence happens, it happens for a reason, because the violent person do it because he thinks that he's not answerable to anyone, he's not gonna get punished for it. So that is the reason he do it. But when he knows that there is a law enforcement agency that can take action on it. And here we also need to change our mindset a bit. It's not related to technology, but it's related to mindset. So I was listening to the last speaker. So she was saying few things that were more related to the the brought up of children, how we brought them up. So we kind of make an analogy that violence is a form of sin. Yeah, it is a sin, but it is a crime meanwhile. So we need to treat a crime like a crime. So we need to tell the person who is committing this crime that he is answerable before law, and he can be traced using the technology. So those days are over when these bullies and these violent people used to hide behind any other thing. Now everything is transparent and everything is traceable. So I'm emphasizing on this word traceable. So now we are living in a sphere where everything is traceable with the help of technology, and these bullies really need to worry. uh, it's a nightmare for them. So lastly, the cybersecurity thing. So we as tech expert, we are trying our best to build safe digital spaces for anyone joining these kind of spaces. We are trying to integrate anti-stalking technologies. We are here to provide digital evidences whenever they are demanded. So these are kind of things we can use for technology use. And then there is education side, where we can do campaigns, interactive platforms, and digital storytelling for spreading the awareness, because this is this is a big problem. See, I have personally seen a lot of violent people, and when I saw these stats, so even UNDP report told me that every one out of three women is facing violence, and I was like, wait a minute. When we say gender-based violence, so where we have told that it is only against women, we haven't talked about that. It's gender-based violence. It can be against men. It can be against the third gender. It can be against anyone, right? So it's gender-based violence, but it's not, violence against women. So we really need to, grasp uh, the kind of breadth the topic has. So gender-based violence, we need to work on that, and we need to educate the people in our media industry, especially as Dr. Khan rightly mentioned that I am quite focused on media industry right now, because what we especially if I'm representing Pakistan, what we are showing uh, on television, on in movies and in games, in cartoons, especially in the Pakistani region, so the kind of content we are producing is really violent, and it is kind of motivating the new generation towards violence. So what kind of games they are playing, what kind of cartoons they are seeing, what kind of movies they are watching, what kind of dramas they are watching, we really need to work on that, and we really need to make them as non-violent as we can. And lastly, again, about the prevention side of it, I have talked about the role of AI, but lastly, technology is also helping using the wearables, right? So if we need to prevent these kind of things, so there are variable technologies that like a smart watch and sensors and things like that, and the GPS technology, global positioning system, where in case of any such emergency, you can tell your loved ones that you are in some problem, right? So in Pakistan, we have lot of ride sharing companies. I believe that Uber and Careem are global ones, so all the speakers might know. So in Uber and Careem, what we can do, we can simply integrate a very simple wearable technology where you are wearing a watch, and whenever you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, you simply press that button, and your live location through GPS will be transmitted to your loved one, and it is already in practice, right? So these are kind of things that we can use, and we must use them, because prevention is better than being victimized and then talking about that. So I always say that all the good things have been told already. All we need to do is to act upon them. So I was listening to the amazing speakers, and this phrase is very true, because all the good things all the speakers have already told. I haven't added any new good. All the good things have been already told. All we all need to do is to act upon these things. Take the call of action, as Dr. Khan is doing a wonderful job. So we need to, synergize with her, synergize with all of the people who are doing amazing stuff, and do the action. It's time for action now. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Hamid, for the wonderful discussion and very friendly discussion, because everyone is enjoying with you. So, the very understandable discussion for everyone. So, thank you so much for adding. You can't say this that I didn't add anything new. So, every single word is new from another person. So, thank you so much for this great contribution on this gender-based violence campaign. And yes, we must say that this is not only the violence is not only specific and specified with the women only. So gender-based violence can be the harmful for all forms of persons in any age, in any race, in any nation. So yes, that's why we are focusing on the collective voices. We are focusing on the global voices, and we are focusing to cater the different traditions, cultures, languages with us. So we are trying to contribute to prevent this stigma. So thank you so much for joining us. And now we are moving forward to today's opening speaker. He rejoined us. This is Dr. Vijay Kumar Selva from India. And Dr. Vijay Kumar is going to be a keynote speaker, and he's going to open the technological development enhancing gender equality. So thank you so much, Dr. Vijay, for joining us. Floor is over to you. Dr. Vijay, kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. And good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to all of you. With respect to international standard, I welcome all of you on this great platform for social development and connected to the United Nations Organization. So, as you know, today we are in a good topic, and we are discussing the how we can enhance the gender equality and reduce the gender inequalities. So, as so many speakers from last 25th November we have seen, and again we will see the thoughts, and similarly the revolution by the some persons and the great efforts by the social activities. And my topic is to how the technological development will be useful. So you see, our first that is the initiative, we can say, Madam Marian Khan. Madam Marian Khan is taking such initiative And by this Zoom meeting, as you know that these Zoom meeting and these online sessions are very much helpful for the whatever the thoughts we have and whatever we want to do, and also to guide the our social organization and also to guide the worlds. So as this is the example, you know, technological development, this is the technological development by artificial intelligence, by Internet of Things, similarly machine learning, robotics, whatever we are talking today, that is the, we can say, the technological development, how to, and this is that we can say the technical terms, and to reduce the gender inequalities, and also to gender equality, that is how the women come in a row of men, and how they will get, they have to get their rights, and also how they can live the happy life with the men. So today we are seeing those women who are in a condition of shy. They can't raise their voice. They are now in a position to raise their questions, to raise their rights. So after a COVID and after these online meetings, many of women know about the rights. They because you know the WhatsApp and whatever the technology we have today, and similarly the Zoom meeting, the Google Link, and there are so many apps which are here to share your thoughts, to whatever share your creativity, and whatever the depression or whatever you want, the disgrace, and if you doesn't have the courage to say, then anyone can say by this social media. So you know how we are reaching out whatever the problems they have in a world of a woman, they can raise their problems. Today we are also seeing the whatever the struggle of women in a war, like that in Rus and Ukraine, like that in Philippines, like that in Iran, Iraq, and similarly like that in so many whatever the struggles and conflicts in the world, the corner of world, there we are seeing how the women are getting the we can say the depression, how they are in a, we can say, in a condition of their exploitation, their mentality, their mental exploitation, their physical exploitation, sexual exploitations, and similarly the children who are there with respect to the, we can say, the girls, they are also getting the problems. So but due to the social media and due to the technological development, there are so many, we can say, the revolutionist and activists, and we can say journalists, journalist women, who are taking care of this and who are covering all these news, all this news, and whatever the exploitation is going on in the corners of the world by the technology, they are spreading, and they are disseminating this whatever the real we can say the exploitation going on. And similarly the other countries who are seeing this, and like that United Nations organization and the organizations which are working internationally for the women's empowerment, they are getting that oh, this is the problem in that corner. So we are seeing by this technological development that how the information is spreading, the dissemination of this information for women protection. And similarly, men are also in a condition to know what is going on with the women, what is the rights of women, how they have to behave. Some men are also knowing that oh, this is the we can say the real world, and how we have to behave with the women, how we have to behave with the opposite sex, and similarly how the woman empowered can be grown. So men are also getting the knowledge they are also getting the direction, and their behavior is also changed by this technological development. So today, as we are seeing that the robots are also working just like a woman. As you know that before, we can say 50 years, the woman is only in a four wall, and she was only in a house, and she was doing the work of the home work, that is the cooking, and similarly to see the whole family. But right now, today we are seeing the women are going for a market, the women are going for a job, and they rights. So why this? Why this? Because of the technological development. As they are seeing the movies, they are seeing the TV, they are seeing the channels, they are seeing now today the social media, and whatever the we can say the knowledge, the exact knowledge of our religion, what is the exact knowledge of our human rights, they are getting the information from the technological development. And similarly, if you are seeing that if one is in a course or in a we can say in a education of a technology like technical education, there is no chance of anyone to we can say shortcut to pass such exam. If as you are seeing in BTech or in whatever the MTech and B and similarly MCA or whatever the education in the technological, here every man and every woman, or we can say every student, whatever the boys or girls, they have to show their caliber. And here there is no chance of any shortcut to pass such exam. So women are now getting the we can say a direction of equality, that they have to learn and they have to think about what is going on in the world. So by this also the women are getting the chance to raise their hands and also to get their position with equal to the men. So not getting so much time, I thanks this platform and Madam Mariam Khan and similarly all the teams, all the partners of this conference and this event doing great. And on the behalf of our International Research and Development Creative Organization USA India and similarly Research Innovation Startup University, Happiness Club Indore International, SDG Club India International, which is working with UNO, I invite all of you to collaborate with us and do work hard for the betterment of the society. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much for all platform to the community, to the global community. It's actually the purpose of joining hand to eradicate poverty and India, Bangladesh, and even Vietnam today, and they share the amazing technology support. They all bring all generations to connect with with these programs to minimize and to creating awareness. Thank you so much. Before closing, do any of our colleagues to give us a quick recap? So we have also the colleague Maria said that we have the later Fanish. Dr. Saida, do you want to say something quickly? Because we are wondering you to taking as a speaker, but unfortunately we were unable to connect with you. But if you are in the room,
hello,
you want to say something? Yes, please.
Hello.
We are hearing you kindly.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, please carry on. We are hearing you.
Okay,
We can
dear.
hear you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Have a nice and wonderful day to you all. I am Dr. Syed Firdaus Bihanifian from Sri Lanka. I am the president of Global United for Peace and Justice, Global United for Women's Council, and the director of the Global United Peace Tours too. I wish to thank the board organization this opportunity. My topic, it is a fact that we all know that today woman performs a wonderful and greater role in society than a woman of the ancient times. Even so, the respect and acceptance of women can be seen at a low level in some societies. It is in South Asian countries. It is a pity that women are unaddressed. However, according to the new news reports, it can be reported that women are moving ahead to protect the commons and face economic conflict situation in their households. It is no secret that women are the ones who raise the issue of child abuse for the sake of children who die inhumanly due to war and in other cases. It is very important for women to raise their voices in front of all these incidents. In terms of the world population, according to the report of the World Bank, the percentage of women in the year 2023 in 49.75%. If women represent the population, it is imperative that women raise their voices against the violation of all kind of human rights, as well as to protect all kind of rights and justice. In today's society, women can be seen working in every field, just like men. That is the fishing industries, agriculture productions, can be seen working in the institutions that provide various services too. Today, all over the world, women can be seen working in their own country and the other countries too. Thus, many women earn foreign exchange for their country. In Sri Lanka, the representation of women working abroad in higher. Most of all women are work abroad in the Middle East country. It is a matter of inquiry as to how far the administrative sector will do to protect the rights of domestic workers who have obtained employment. Opportunities from the Middle East countries and earn foreign exchange. Until 2011, this situation was not and enacted for domestic workers. Due to the lack of such legislation, female domestic workers had to face various problematic issues. Moreover, it is said that some employers treat domestic servants very inhumanly. If such inhuman treatment happens, women have the right to raise their voice for it. As a woman, I can proudly point out that the women of Sri Lanka are working in a way that represents all the field that I mentioned above. The female population in Sri Lanka exceeds 51%. Its labor force is 32 points. Although she is able to get all women's jobs, in giving her administration tasks or other promotions were consideration in given to male parties that the female, not the female, then the female parties. It is indeed grossly unfair, and it is a matter of regret. As a whole woman should raise their voice for all kinds of differences, and in addition, raise their voices to protect the rights related to their respective roles as a woman, as a mother, as a wife is a must. Nothing can be won without rising voice. Let's think what should be done for that. For that, as a woman, we need to unite and raise our voices. She should raise her voice for her husband who is dying on the battlefield, children who are dying on the battlefield, her brother or his father dying on the battlefield. Moreover, it is very important for her to raise her voice regarding the changes and injustices that are being done in the workplace and in the society. On this occasion, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to the organization and that gave me the opportunity to participate in this conference, especially to our sister Maria, who are participating from Switzerland, who invite me, and the board of organization committee too. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Firdaus, for joining us from Sri Lanka. And now we are almost having all the speeches from our respective speakers today. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us, and which are missing. They are only facing some, connectivity issues in Pakistan, especially. So I'm going to request my especially the senior and the team members, if we can give you the quick recap of the day. Both of you, Ma'am Adenika or even Ma'am Sasi, if you can help me to give the recap, and then we can say good night to everyone. Again, very, very critical moments of every session. So, Anika, are you ready to give the recap of the day? Because you are recording the session as well. So, are you ready to give the recap?
Yes, Dr.
Thank you.
Mariam.
Thank you
But
so much.
I can speak in Arabic. I can speak Arabic.
Okay.
And one of And if one of any colleagues would be so kind as to translate.
Okay. So you can do this for us, and then we can request to someone, if someone is in the room, to give the translations also. So please go ahead.
Okay. أرى أن تحديات العنف القائم على النوع الاجتماعي متشابهة في دول إفريقيا وفي دول آسيا الجنوبية، لأنه هناك عوامل كثيرة تعزز هذا التشابه. ففي كلتا القارتين، سواء في دول آسيا الجنوبية أو في إفريقيا، تظهر العديد من الجوانب تشابه هذه، لأن الأعراف الثقافية والمجتمعية متشابهة في كلتا المنطقتين، لأنه المرأة ينظر إليها بصورة دونية، يعني ينظر عليها على أنها أقل شأنا في هذه المجتمعات، وهذا ما يساهم في استمرار العنف القائم على النوع الاجتماعي. كذلك هناك عنصر آخر يعزز التشابه بين القارتين، قارة آسيا جنوب آسيا وإفريقيا، هو الفقر والتبعية الاقتصادية. الفقر الشديد في دول آسيا الجنوبية وإفريقيا يجعل النساء أكثر عرضة. لماذا؟ لأن النساء هناك تعتمدن اقتصاديا على الرجال، فهذا فهذه التبعية تجعل الرجل يسيطر أكثر على المرأة ويمارس العنف عليها. كذلك الظروف الاقتصادية الصعبة، هذه الظروف الاقتصادية لا تمكن النساء من الوصول إلى التعليم والخدمات الأساسية، وهذا بالطبع مما من شأنه أن يؤدي إلى عدم تمكنهن من حماية أنفسهن، لأنه بالتعليم وحصولهم على الخدمات الأساسية يمكنهن تطوير أنفسهن وحماية أنفسهن بالتالي. ضعف القوانين كذلك وتطبيقها في كلتا المنطقتين، سواء في دول جنوب آسيا أو في إفريقيا، لأنه هناك غياب للتشريعات الكافية أو ضعف في تطبيق القوانين المتعلقة بحماية النساء من العنف. غالبا ما تفلت الجرائم المتعلقة بالعنف ضد النساء من العقاب. لماذا؟ لأنه بسبب الفساد أو بسبب الأعراف المجتمعية، لأنه العرف السائد أنه الرجل دائما يفلت من العقاب، القائم بالعنف يفلت من العقاب. إذا هناك لا توجد قوانين رادعة تحمي حقوق المرأة المتعرضة للعنف. أيضا الصراعات والنزاعات المسلحة سواء في كلتا المنطقتين، سواء في جنوب آسيا أو في إفريقيا، فالنساء تستخدم كأدوات للنزاعات المسلحة، سواء من خلال العنف الجنسي أو الاستغلال. النزاعات تزيد من هشاشة أوضاع النساء، لأنه هذه النزاعات تجعل الوصول إلى العدالة أكثر صعوبة. لا توجد، لأنه تكون هنا الوصول إلى العدالة صعب للغاية. كذلك الأمية وغياب التعلم خصوصا للفتيات الصغيرات هي ظاهرة مشتركة كذلك في آسيا الجنوبية وإفريقيا، وهذا يؤدي إلى استغلال المرأة وتعرضها للعنف. كذلك وعي المرأة المجتمعي بحقوقها منخفض في العديد من هذه المجتمعات، ولما تكون المرأة وعيها منخفض فإنها لا تستطيع الوصول إلى حقوقها، وبالتالي سيستمر العنف. التأثير على الصحة في كلتا المنطقتين، سواء في إفريقيا أو في دول جنوب آسيا، العنف القائم على النوع الاجتماعي يؤدي إلى أضرار جسدية ونفسية طويلة الأمد، تؤثر بشكل طويل على الفتيات والنساء. وكذلك خاصة إذا كانت لا تستطيع أو الفتيات الوصول إلى الخدمات الصحية والنفسية، هذا يضاعف كذلك من معاناة الضحايا. العوامل كذلك الدينية والاجتماعية في بعض المجتمعات، سواء في إفريقيا أو في دول جنوب آسيا، فإن تفسير التعاليم الدينية بطريقة خاطئة يدعم سيطرة الرجال، السيطرة الذكورية، ويبرر العنف ضد النساء.
Thank you so
أظن
much. Thank you
أن
so much, dear Dr. Enika. We need just a
لحظة دكتور
recap.
مريم،
Yeah, thank you
فقط.
so of today's session. So thank you so much for your contribution.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And we are really grateful that all your efforts and your continuous interest and motivation with this campaign. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to all my dear speakers. Dr. Nadia, you have joined us now. We have also gave a quick recap of our South Africa region today. I will share this presentation with my colleagues on the WhatsApp also. So you can see, or even this presentation is open for everyone, especially the African leaders. If you want to add an update or amendment this presentation, before this we are going to merge this in a collective report later after closing of this. So you are most welcome to add some your knowledge, information, and expertise in this report also in this presentation. So thank you so much for today, and again sorry for the delay of the technical issue of the Zoom, which we are going to solve right now soon after the closing of this session with my technical team. And tomorrow we are having a session off, and we are going to merge day 7 and day 8 is on Monday, same time at 8 p.m. Pakistan time, 10 a.m. DC time. So see you all on Monday. Tomorrow we are not having our own session, but yes, we are on WhatsApp. We can share information. We can share each other, the further discussion, your events, whenever you are busy, whatever you are doing, we all can share our insights on the WhatsApp groups. Thank you so much, all of you, and good night from my side.
Good night.
Good night to everyone.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good night, ma'am. Good night.